All right, welcome everyone. Today, we're really going to dig into the why behind all the numbers. Look, as a management accountant, you already know that strategic planning isn't just some fluffy corporate jargon. It is the North Star that guides every single budget you'll ever create. And yeah, it's a huge topic on the CMA exam, so let's get right into it. So let's start with this. I want you to really seriously ask yourself this question. Are the budgets you work with, or the ones you see in exam questions, just a bunch of numbers on a spreadsheet? Or can you actually see a guiding purpose, that North Star shining through? This question gets right to the heart of strategic misalignment, which is a concept the ICMA absolutely loves to test you on. So, how do we make sure our numbers are actually aligned with a strategy? Well, the key is to understand that strategic planning is a hierarchy. I always tell my students to think of it like a funnel. It starts way up at the top, super broad, and then it gets narrower and narrower and more specific until you're left with concrete targets that we, as management accountants, can track and build reports on. So we're going to start at the very widest part of that funnel. This is the absolute foundation of everything, the mission statement. This is all about defining who the organization is, right here today. Now, to make this all feel a bit more real, let's use a fictional company for this explainer. We'll call it Evergreen Apparel. Okay, so what is a mission statement really? It's a formal declaration of why a company exists right now. It's its fundamental reason for being. It's not about where we're going tomorrow. It's about why we're even in business today. For our company, Evergreen Apparel, this statement is their anchor. Now, here's something really important for your exam prep. A good mission isn't just some vague, feel-good sentence. It has to clearly, and I mean clearly, answer these three core questions. So for our company, Evergreen Apparel, a solid mission might sound something like this. To provide ethically sourced, high-quality casual wear, that's the what, to environmentally conscious consumers, that's the who, in North America, and that's the where. See how that just checks all three boxes perfectly? And here is a massive exam tip, so listen up. Mission statements are basically static. They don't change much. Think of it this way. Evergreen's mission creates a fixed boundary, like a fence around their playground. So if a manager comes to you and proposes a new luxury handbag division, you, as the sharp CMA in the room, have to raise your hand and say, whoa, that's outside our core mission of high-quality casual wear. That's a huge strategic risk. Okay, so let's move down the funnel and see how this all connects. If the mission tells Evergreen Apparel who they are today, the vision is all about tomorrow. It's their guide to the future. It's about where they're going. A vision statement is that big, aspirational, forward-looking dream of what the company wants to become. So if Evergreen's mission is their foundation, their vision might be something huge, like to become the global leader in circular fashion, where 100% of our products are made from recycled materials and are fully recyclable. You see, it's that distant mountain peak they're always climbing towards. So you might be thinking, why do we accountants care about all this aspirational language? Well, here's why. The vision is what dictates long-term capital budgeting. Evergreen's vision of circular fashion is the why behind a massive investment, like, say, building a brand new textile recycling plant. It helps us prioritize which major projects to fund, the ones whose NPV and IRR not only look good on paper, but also move the company closer to its strategic destination. This little table right here, you are going to want to tattoo this on your brain for the exam. It lays out the difference so clearly. Mission is the present, vision is the future. Mission is who we are, Evergreen makes casual wear. Vision is who we want to become, the leader in circular fashion. The mission is static and provides boundaries. The vision is dynamic and provides the destination. You have to know this cold. All right, we've talked about the big, high-level stuff. Now, let's bring it all down to earth, right into the world where we, accountants, live and breathe, making strategy measurable. We do this through goals. This is how we take Evergreen Apparel's huge vision and turn it into something we can actually track on a spreadsheet. And for the CMA exam, you absolutely have to remember the SMART criteria. This is the framework we use to turn a lofty vision into a real, actionable plan. So for Evergreen Apparel, a SMART goal might be to increase the recycled material content in our main clothing line from 30% to 50%, that's specific, measurable, attainable, and relevant, within the next 24 months. And there's your time-bound piece. See? It's a real plan now. Let's just double-click on that M for measurable, because this is our turf, right? Here's the bottom line. With Evergreen's goal, we can actually create a monthly report.
We can track if they're at 35%, 40%, whatever. If a goal isn't measurable, you literally cannot build a performance report for it. And what happens when you can't measure performance? You get zero accountability. Game over.
Okay, it's time to put all the puzzle pieces together. How do we take this entire strategic framework for Evergreen Apparel, from their big, lofty mission all the way down to the dollars and cents in their operating budget? And here it is, the whole strategic flow, laid out perfectly. First, the mission-defined Evergreen's Playground ethical apparel. Then, the vision pointed to their destination, circular fashion. Next, the SMART goals set a specific milestone, get to 50% recycled content. And finally, the budget. That's where we translate that entire journey into dollars and cents.
I really want you to take this away with you today. A budget is never, ever just an accounting exercise. Evergreen's budget is now going to have specific line items for R&D on recycled fabrics or for sourcing new suppliers. Why? Because their budget is their mission and vision translated into a financial plan. If you can truly master the strategic why, then understanding the financial how much becomes a whole lot easier.
So I'll leave you with a final thought, a challenge really. The next time you look at a budget, whether it's for an exam question or at your own job, ask yourself, can I find its North Star? Can you trace those numbers all the way back up the funnel to the company's real purpose? Give it a try. And hey, keep up the great work. You've got this.